Hey guys, this is Angel362. I have my very first webcam, a little bit behind the times I know, but I thought I'd make some videos. So yeah, this is going to be my intro video into who I am, what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. As I said, I am Angel362. You may or may not know me from LAC, Alcon and the Anime League forums. I have so far cosplayed 5 different characters. I've only actually been cosplaying for 2 years, mainly because I didn't actually realise there were cons in this country. Shock horror. Yeah, I knew there were cons in like lots of other countries like America, Australia, Japan obviously, and China. But being down in Devon, nobody wants to admit that they're anime, manga, gaming fans, because it's really old-fashioned down here, and it's just anything beyond the norm, and apparently that's just the end of the world. I admit it. If they don't like it, that's their problem, not mine. They either like me for me or they don't. If they don't really care. Plenty of other friends. So yeah, which is basically a message, guys. Kiddies who are a little afraid to admit that they are a geek, don't be. If they don't like the fact that you're a geek, then they're not your friends. They're not worth it. There's plenty of friends who will accept you for you, geek or no. There we go. My message of the day. Follow it. So yeah, 5 characters. First 2 characters, the cosplays were made by my grandmother because it was pre my learning to sew. Marka Alban was the very first. She is obviously from Soul Eater, if you don't know. I like her character. She's not one of my favourite cosplays to go as, so I don't go as her very often. I'll usually wear her for like an afternoon or something, mainly because I don't like how my legs look in the outfit, because that gets very short. I generally wear flesh coloured support tights to pull me in various places. So yeah, I do kind of like the anime. I don't like the ending. I mainly like the anime for the music. If you like epic music, then Soul Eater is for you. Falling over my words there. But the ending is just, spoiler alert, but you are not going to beat the embodiment of evil with a righteous fist. I'm sorry. No. So yeah, the manga is a lot better. I recommend you read it. The ending's a bit of a letdown. It could have been better, but it's still okay. It's not as dreadful as the anime ending. My second cosplay was Sister Rosette Christopher. Not many people know about this anime and manga. It is awesome. If it comes from an anime and manga called Chrono Crusade. If you haven't seen or read it, then please do so. The anime is every bit as good as the manga, despite the fact that the anime does go off on a tangent and doesn't really follow the manga at all right up until the end. But the manga is just as good. They're just brilliant. Just be prepared to cry in the anime. Just to warn you, if you watch the anime, be prepared to cry. So anyway, I love cosplaying her. She's so much fun. It doesn't get as much attention, mainly because not many people know who she is, which is why I want to mention her, because I want Chrono Crusade to be more popular. It is just awesome. But I do love cosplaying her. I love her. She's just so cool and she's just so funny, and her relationship with little Chrono is just so cute. So yeah, so the next one I cosplayed was Blair from Soul Eater. I actually made this from scratch myself. I got back from my first con having found out that if you want to enter the competition for the masquerade, you have to have made the outfits yourself, not just got your grandma to make them. So once I found that out, I got home and went, Grandma, you're teaching me to sew. So what did I choose? I chose Blair from Soul Eater. Now, it doesn't look complicated to make, but in order to get the right shape for everything, it kind of is complicated to make, especially when you don't know what you're doing and your grandma doesn't have enough time to come over and oversee everything that you do. So yeah, so that one, everything was cut out, sewn, etc. by myself. But my grandma did come along for the more difficult bits. She come along and she told me how best to do things, as should be done if your grandmother is teaching you to sew. That's the whole point of teaching. I do recommend, if you're going to get into cosplay for the first time and you want to make your own outfits, there are a lot of places now that run sewing clinics and so on. I know there's one down my way in North Devon that you can pay something like 75 quid for the whole weekend, and you go along and you learn to sew some basic items of clothing and so on. So yeah, I recommend you go along to those if you haven't sewn before. It is, my friend found it really helpful. She doesn't cosplay, but she does make clothes now. So she did find it helpful. She'd always made clothes on an old-fashioned hand sewing machine. So she had to do that to make the needle work. So moving on to an electronic sewing machine just blew her mind. So she went to one of these, and she now can use her modern day sewing machine that her mummy bought her. So yeah, so we did Blair. I really enjoy her. She's one of my favourites. I've got 3 favourites out of my 5. She gets a lot of attention. May have something to do with the thigh-high boots, short skirt and quite tight-fitting outfits. I am going to get that wig right. I am. I've never really styled a wig before, but I am determined to get the wig right. So yeah, so the next one I did was Winry Rock Bell. I don't really wear this very much because it wasn't one I made from scratch. It wasn't one anyone made from scratch. It was an outfit that was sort of made from normal clothes. There's nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of people that have done that. And the outfits look epic. I'm just fussy and like to have made it myself. I had some overalls lying around from my horses. The boob tube was just made out of an old t-shirt with some elastic stuck in it, so it looks kind of frumpy and awful, but psst. And obviously flip-flops I'm going to have lying around somewhere. And the handkerchief thing for her hair was just some material my grandma had left over from the rosette outfit. So yeah, so that was my other one. She was quite fun. Didn't see any Edward Elrics. Bit disappointed in that because I'd actually gone and found a wrench from Daddy's toolkit, so I didn't get to do the whole fighting thing. Yeah, anyway, so next was Una Hanaretsu from Bleach. I love the manga. I like the anime when it sticks to the manga. I love Una Hana. I love her. I love the fact that all she has to do is that lovely smile. Please do what I say. And everybody runs screaming. That's just so cool. And at the time when I was deciding what to make, I was reading the manga, and spoiler alert, we found out how badass she is. We found out why people were frightened of that smile. And it was just like, oh my god, she's epic. I just want to cosplay her. So I did. It took me 87 hours and about 12 needles. But I made the outfit. I made the waistband. I made everything. It took me ages to figure out how to make the hakama, or the Japanese trousers. But I did it. I figured it out. It worked. So quite pleased with that outfit. I do need to get some more straw sandals. I am quite fussy. I will not be cosplaying her until I get around to getting some more straw sandals. My other ones went mouldy and it was quite grim. Last but certainly not least is Princess Zelda from Twilight Princess. I wanted to cosplay Zelda because I have been a fan of The Legend of Zelda since I was tiny. Might have something to do with the fact that there's normally a horse in it. But they're also epic games. They're one of the few games that I can still call myself a gamer whilst playing them. I don't really have a lot of time to play games anymore. So basically, I do make time for Zelda though. And it is quite funny. I was sitting down with some friends playing on Ocarina of Time on the 3DS a while back. And there's me and I'm going really zoning out, playing away, and they come and sit by me. I called them over because they wanted to know when I was fighting a boss. I think it was the Dodongo's Cavern, and I'm there, and he's dead. And they said to me, "But you're not a gamer." I was like, "I know I'm not." "But you just beat him." "I know I did." And they just couldn't get over the fact that I just beat him like that. It's like, well, I play Zelda. I love Zelda games. That's the only time I can call myself a gamer, is when I'm playing Zelda games. Put me on something like Tekken, and while I can beat the actual console itself, I can't beat any bugger online. Don't even think about it. So yeah, I love Zelda. I've made the armor, I've made the arrow lights up, I've made everything. I was really fussy. I actually researched Hyrulean text, and that is all hand drawn along my waistcoat. I managed to find a stencil I could use for the patterning along the bottom of the skirt. So I've got the Hyrulean sort of heart shape thing going on. It turned out alright actually. Unfortunately the material was really delicate and it frayed really easily, so the skirt is a little bit shorter than it should have been, mainly because I wasted so much material from the fraying. So yeah, but I really like that outfit. It took me 6 months to make. It took 30 seconds for some idiot to knock into it and break it. Deep breaths. But it will be fixed. I'm hoping to wear it for the Sunday of LAGC, the London Anime and Gaming Con. So come up, say hi. You're quite welcome to have a picture with Zelda. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got some cosplays lined up. My sewing machine is kind of broken at the moment, so I've got to save for a car first. I need a new car. My God, I need a new car. But once I've saved up for that, I am getting a new sewing machine. I've decided I'm going to get one of those really fancy schmancy ones that does embroidery as well. Mainly because I don't have the patience to do it by hand. I don't have a lot of time. Embroidery takes forever. It takes long enough to make the cosplays. I've actually started ballet again so that I can get a little bit more flexible, a little bit more lean, a little bit more toned for one of my cosplays that I'm planning on doing. She is a gaming fighter game character. I'm not a big fan of the fighting games. I love Street Fighter. I've just got into Tekken. What I will tell you is it is a character from Tekken. I probably have mentioned on Facebook or one of the forums that I'd really like to cosplay this particular character, but I can't remember, and for now on this alone I will keep her secret. Another character I really want to make is a character from one of the new Disney films. You'll probably guess which one it is, but her dress, her look, her attitude, everything about her is just so amazing. She's stunning. The dress is stunning. I'd love to be able to try and sew it to make it flow the way it flowed in the movie. And not only that, I tend to enter the talent shows. Whether or not I'm any good, I don't know, but I love to sing, so generally I go in and sing, and I'd love to sing her song from the movie. It kind of suits my voice to a certain extent. My voice is more musical theatre style, and this is more musical theatre style, unless you get the god-awful poppy version that they insist on making when they make these Disney movies. So that's why I'm going to cosplay her. As I say, at the moment my sewing machine doesn't work, so I don't know when that's going to happen. I'd like to make the Disney one at least by Alcon and have it at Alcon. I will probably wear that for 2 days because the talent show is usually on the Thursday, so if she's there then I'll generally be wearing that for the talent show, and then I'll wear it again for the cosplay masquerade. So yeah, so that's me. I want to get to far more cons, but as I say, money is a bit of an issue. If I am at a con and you see me and you see it's Angel 362, come over, have a chat, whatever you want. Nice to speak to you. I hope you've enjoyed this intro, See you soon, and yeah, bye guys.